Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetCraft. Another very beautiful Saturday morning, and once again, we're back with our predictions. As usual, we always look at games that are happening across the globe and select a few of these games and look into them. Looking at the previous results they had, and we use those data to make a verdict on the current matches that are going to have today. All right, that's what we do on a daily basis, and we saw yesterday we were very successful, and those for VIP games that we had yesterday, came out just the way we predicted it, and we won our games yesterday. And most of the games we had there yesterday, we actually quite good. Aside one of them that really didn't live up to expectation, but we did very well. All right, I always urge you to join our VIP group membership so that we get all these wonderful perks. Games that I believe to be closer to certainty. That's what I put in there on a daily basis. All right, try and find a way to join our membership. Click join around the video or go to the description of this very video. You can always see where you can join our VIP special group. Okay. All right. That being said, we head to the business of today, and we have our games today. And today's game we have is the first game is actually in Latvia, where we have Duga Pils will be up against Tukums. That's the first division in Latvia, and in this very one, we know that the last 6 games for these two sides, for the home side Duga Pils, it is 1 victory and 3 draws, and they have also lost 2 matches out of the last 6 games. And the away side Tukums, on the other hand, have managed just 2 draws, but have lost 4 matches out of the last 6 matches that they have so far. They've not been able to win any single of one of them. All right, when you look at how this is fair for home and away basis, you can see that the home side, the Duke of Bills, have been able to achieve 5 victories in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 2 draws, but have lost 3 matches out of those games. And the away side Tukums, on the other hand, have won just once from away. They've also had 2 draws, but have lost 7 games in the last 10 away games. All right, the last 2 away games they had, sort of losing the 2 away games, and when we look at how they fared the last time they met, it was a 0-0 draw. But prior to that, we saw Duga Bills who won against this very side by 3-0 on that very occasion. So we are going for the home side to do very well here. Duga Bills, the home side, to either win or draw, but we're going to expect to see under 4.5 here. So home to win or draw and under 4.5. That's our verdict for that very game. All right, and it takes us to the next for today. It is in Norway, first division, where we have a Bodo Glimt who will be up against Brann. Okay, for Bodo Glimt, we've seen them win 2 matches in the last 6, but have also lost 4 matches out of those recent 6 games that they had. And the way side, on the other hand, the Brann, on the other hand, have won 2 matches, 2 draws. They've also lost 2 games out of those 6 recent encounters. All right, when you take a look at performances from home and away basis, you can see that Bodo Glimt, the home side, have quite done very well from home, winning 7 games in the last 10 home matches. They've also lost 3 out of those 10 home matches. And Brann, on the other hand, have won 8 games out of the last 10 away matches. They are also doing very well. They've had 2 losses. These are very good teams in the Norwegian side. And when we look at how they fared on head-to-head basis, the last time was the Brann who won against Bodo Glimt by 4-0. And prior to that, we saw Bodo Glimt beating this very side by 5-1. And as a matter of fact, the last 10 meetings between 2 sides have produced lots of goals, over 2.5 9 times out of 10, and definitely we're going for the over 2.5 to occur here once again. We expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter. On over 2.5, that's the verdict for that very game. Okay, and also in the Norwegian league, but in first division of Norway, where we have a Reinheim who will be coming up against a Lillestrøm, and we know that Reinheim also have seen 3 victories and a draw, and they've had 2 losses as well. And we said Lillestrøm have won 3 games and they've had 3 draws in the last 6 games. All right, looking at the performances from home and away basis, Reinheim, the home side, have managed 4 victories and 2 draws from home. They've also had 4 losses out of the last 10 home matches, and the away side, Lillestrøm, on the other hand, have been able to achieve 6 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 away games, and they've also had 1 loss out of those 10 away matches that they had. And the last time they met was a 1-1 draw, and we expect to see Lillestrøm, the away side, to not lose here. We expect away side either winning or drawing, and yet we're going to see under 4.5. So away to win or draw and under 4. That's what we expect for that very encounter. Okay, all right, that takes us to the next. Also in Norway, but Norway second division, Group 2, we have Grorud who will be up against Ulen Saka. Okay, And when we look at the recent games of these two sides, you can see that Grudor, the home side, is having 3 wins in the last 6 matches that they had. They've also had 3 losses as well. And Union Saka, the away side, have won 5 games out of the last 6 matches. They've also had 1 draw out of those 6 games. Okay, looking at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, Google, the home side, have won 4 matches in the last 10 home matches. They've also lost 6 games in the last 10 home games. Okay, they've won 4, they've lost 6. And the away side, Union Saka winning 4 matches and 2 draws, as well as 4 losses. Okay, and also when you look at the score line for each of these sides, you can see that for the away side, they've seen over 2.5 a lot of times, 5 times out of 10 in the last 10 away matches, and the home side, on the other hand, have won the games have seen over 2.5 8 times out of 10. On head-to-head basis, the last meeting between the two sides saw them playing out a 3-4 excuse me, 3-4 victory for Uruguay Saka from away on that very occasion. So we are going for a lot of goals to show up in this very encounter. So we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals appearing here. Over 2.5, that's provided for that very encounter. And that will take us to the last for today. It is in Uruguay Primera Division, where we have Juventud will be up against Danubio. All right, for Juventud, they've won 4 matches. They've also lost 2 matches in the last 6 games. All right, and the away side, Danubio, winning 4 games and 1 draw. Also, they've lost 1 match in the last 6 set encounters. When you look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, all right, Juventud, the home side, winning 7 matches and a draw in the last 10 home games, and they've also had 2 losses out of the last 10 home matches. All right, the last 5 home games, I've seen them winning all 5 home games convincingly. And the away side, Danubio, on the other hand, have won just 2 matches from away. They've also had 5 draws in the last 10 away games, and they've lost 3 matches out of the last 10 away games that they had so far. Right, the last away game they had saw them playing out a 1-0 draw. And when we look at how the two teams fared on a head-to-head basis, you can see that the last time they met was actually in February of this year, and it ended up being a 2-2 draw on that very occasion. And Juventus played from home, and prior to that, we saw Juventus beating this very side from away by 1-0. So in this very encounter, when we put all the data together, we expect the home side Juventus to not lose here, and we expect to see the home side either winning or draw. And once again, we're going to see under 4.5 in this very one, because for the records, they've not only gotten over 4.5 in recent time. So we expect to see home side winning or draw, and therefore that's what value for that very encounter. All right, and that concludes it for us today on Betcraft. We wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green. Remember to join our VIP special, where we be getting some of those specs and some of the games that I actually select for myself that I believe to be closer to 100% of coming up correctly. Find a way to join us and enjoy the specs. All right. That being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions right on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.